In January 1959, 9 hikers set up camp in the Ural Mountains. Weeks later, search parties found their tent completely abandoned. Investigators found the entrance zipper was fully intact. Instead, the canvas had been torn open from the inside. The group consisted of highly capable engineering students, led by Igor Dyatlov, undertaking a Grade 3 expedition, the highest difficulty classification in the Soviet Union. Their route took them up the slopes of Kolatsiak. In the local Monsey language, that translates directly to Dead Mountain. On the night they cut their way out of their shelter, the ambient temperature had dropped to minus 30 degrees Celsius. When investigators examined the intact tent, they found the group's food rations, their heavy winter clothing, their climbing equipment, and their boots. All of it had been left behind. A highly prepared, rational group of survival experts abandoned their only defense against the lethal cold, running directly into a freezing night completely barefoot. Following footprints away from the campsite, the search party found the first bodies over a kilometer downhill near a cedar tree. The corpses were frozen in positions that suggested they had been desperately trying to crawl back up the slope to the tent. But the true anomaly was buried further down the mountain. Deep inside a ravine, hidden beneath 4 meters of packed snow, lay the remaining 4 members of the expedition. This medical schematic compares the victim's blunt force trauma to the force vectors generated by a high-speed car crash. Nikolai suffered a shattered skull, while Ludmila and Semyon sustained crushed chest cavities. Yet their skin showed 0 external trauma or bruising. Furthermore, Ludmila's body was discovered with surgical-like soft tissue loss. Her tongue, her eyes, and her lips had been removed entirely. Baffled by the autopsy results and the pristine skin over broken bones, the official Soviet report concluded they died from an unknown compelling force. The government immediately classified the case and sealed the files. In a typical hypothermia case, investigators find clear signs of frostbite or gradual organ failure, but internal bone-crushing pressure without skin damage is not a symptom of the cold. Because the physical evidence does not match the environment, the case was left at a total standstill. Decades later, in 2021, Russian prosecutors reopened and abruptly closed the case, declaring a sudden, minor avalanche as the culprit. They argued snow collapsed onto the tent, inducing a panic that led directly to hypothermia. This diagram illustrates the campsite's exact topography. The tent's slope was only 23 degrees, falling significantly below the 30-degree threshold required for an avalanche. Tracking the escape path reveals orderly, composed footprints, lacking the frantic stampede expected from an avalanche. The environmental math does not support the avalanche conclusion. The physical realities of the site require a different mechanism. In 1959, the Soviet Union was rapidly accelerating its Cold War arms race. Researchers propose the hikers unwittingly set up camp inside an active, classified military testing zone. A detonated airburst weapon, or perhaps an experimental parachute mine, generates an immense, invisible concussive pressure wave. This specific type of force is entirely capable of snapping ribs and fracturing skulls internally, without leaving a cut on the surface of the skin. This aligns directly with the immediate classification of the files and the swift military response, along with multiple eyewitness accounts from neighboring groups detailing massive, glowing orbs hovering high in the night sky. While an explosive pressure wave perfectly accounts for the bizarre autopsies and the strict government silence,
Investigators found zero physical blast residue or shrapnel anywhere near the campsite. Long before the students arrived, the indigenous Mansi people had labeled Kalatsiak a forbidden zone. In their traditions, it was a dangerous landscape meant to remain strictly isolated from human presence. The investigators' own case files complicated matters further. When Semyon's camera was recovered, the final blurry images clearly captured a glowing circular light. Soon after the discovery, those specific photographs vanished from the archives. And then there is the biological anomaly. Scavenging animals rarely burrow through 4 meters of packed ice to extract specific soft tissue, while leaving the rest of the remains undisturbed. When basic thermodynamics and military models fail to encompass the evidence, the only hypotheses left standing exist entirely outside conventional science. Today, the surviving families and independent researchers universally reject the 2021 avalanche ruling. The physical data simply does not support it. Yuri Yudin, the single hiker who survived by turning back early due to an illness, spent the entirety of his life attempting to decipher what happened to his friends. He died in 2013 without ever finding the answer. The original case files were never fully recovered. Today, the area is officially mapped as the Dyatlov Pass, a name honoring the leader of a group that never came home from a mountain that remains completely silent. Evaluate the facts. A natural disaster lacks the topography. A weapon test lacks the residue. Let me know in the comments which explanation you think the evidence actually supports. The horror of the Dyatlov Pass isn't just how they died. It's that 60 years later, even with modern forensics, the evidence still doesn't point to a single provable cause. Some events happen in the dark and stay there.